Jürgen, morning. Hope you're okay. 3 wins on the run. I think we've seen the real Liverpool over the last few weeks. Just wondering, is it a coincidence that you've only made one change to the starting lineup in the last 4 games? That was an enforced one. What does that tell us, really?
So a couple of things. We didn't change, not because we won the game before. We didn't change because we set the team obviously slightly differently up, and want to give the boys the chance to find some rhythm in that, to get used to it, to get used to different things. That's reasonable. Number one. Number two is, I said the ticket into this team will always be the readiness, or from now on again, the readiness to defend and to counter press. And I liked a lot of that, what I saw. And if you say that, then you have to give the credit for it as well. So you can buy the ticket again if you want. But I have to say that what it created as well, a situation in training where the boys who didn't start showed properly up. So we could have changed quite a lot, because they really knock on the door, which is good. And the main difference is we have time to train. So and if you have time to train, because then all of a sudden everybody can show up. Because if you say training is as important as games, it's true. But in a normal week with 3 games, you have recovery where only parts of the team, but only the guys train who didn't play the day before. The next day is second day recovery for the guys who played, and the other boys do a little bit more. And then you have 1 training day in a long week, and that's not a session where you should. It should be that intense. So, a couple of reasons. So, but I liked the big parts of the game, of the games. Not all of it, of course. Especially in Nottingham, I think around the set pieces that looked really not cool. But that's something I said after the game. It's difficult to prepare for that, because nobody can throw in like Niakite, and nobody in our training session will fight for the ball like Nottingham Forest did. I would want to avoid that. Otherwise, you have injuries after a set piece in training. So that's it. That's the reason, pretty much, why we didn't change.
Sure to turn around this weekend. Then Liverpool have a great home record against Tottenham. I think it's only 1 defeat in the last 28 at Anfield. But what have you made of the goings on at Tottenham in recent times with the change of manager? They certainly showed spirit and character against Manchester United to come from 2 down.
Yeah, look, this is obviously a season where a lot of things were difficult for a lot of teams. We had our problems. Chelsea has their problems. Tottenham has their problems. So it's like, it's not cool for us, but it opens the door for other teams. So all of a sudden it can look different. So Champions League spots are there to grasp for other teams, stuff like this. So that's it. But little mistakes during the season can cause massive problems, can have a big impact. So, and I don't know at all anything about Tottenham in that department. But when you saw last night, the team they have is still absolutely exceptional. So what they could do, why it didn't work out, I have no idea. I will be prepared for the best possible Tottenham side. They were for some years, by some distance, the best counter-attacking team in Europe. So there were moments when you lost the ball. They only had to find Harry Kane, and the next moment Son was in a 1-1 situation with the goalie. So they had no clue how to defend that properly. The best way not to lose the ball. So that's one thing. They have brought in good players, really good players. So I expect them to be really good. And last night I watched the game, of course. And second half they showed just, I think, what everybody in the stadium wanted to see, and could have won the game. Massive chances around that one. So and that's the team we will prepare for.
I know you said on Wednesday you wanted to finish as us and see the best of your side from now until the end of May. If that's European competition, then great. Is the Europa League one that you'd be more than happy to embrace?
We take what we get. So that's how it is. They come out, what do you mean? It's not that we started the season and said if we could qualify for the European League, it would be fantastic. But the season taught us a few things, and that's absolutely fine. If it's European League, then it's European League, absolutely fine. So it's how I said. But that, for what we qualify is not in my. That's not for me so interesting. I want to create a basis that we qualify for the best possible scenario, very much. So squeeze everything out. That's what I want. I want to play the best possible football. If we get nothing for that at the end of the season, then we created that situation earlier in this year. But this part of the season, we have to use, or we have to be just really focused on the game coming up, and that's in this moment. Tottenham, try to win it, try to play in a convincing way, try to be uncomfortable to play against, all these kind of things, and whatever happens until the end of the season, these last 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks then will be very important as well for the next season.
Thank you. You mentioned players coming back there and sessions and more players on the sidelines ready to come back in. How are we looking in terms of new players coming back to the squad now after injuries and what have you?
Ibu will be back. I guess Naby will train today. Didn't get the medical report yet, but probably. Ox is in training. Yeah. Who is? So no one else. So we have a couple of players out, but everybody knows about them. But on top of that, from the last game, Diogo got a bad knock in his back, but should be all right. We will see that, how that developed. Apart from that, we should be okay.